It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And this one features the Saints' leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Saints and the Rams, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
The numbers a week ago for Kupp: 8 catches, 104 yards, and a score as well.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. You look at this Saints defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And they can't bring him down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 43 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Cook again. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game. Then
looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III to the 36-yard line. Stop there. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kaneda Wangu, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Saints at 8-1 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out at his current pace. Sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Now, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year not to take anything away from him. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
This is taken at the 15. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, Try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw out wide is incomplete. You talk about this Rams defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down in midfield. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Back to Walker on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one complete to Nicole Hardman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run covering 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Locates Hardman for another catch. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up for the 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Rolling to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Play action. It's Jackson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle, it's Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. So right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Touchdown! Tyler Higbee from 6 yards away. And the Rams have got it back to within a score.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll elect not to run with it. And the fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. So here are the Saints to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection That's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd down, here's DeWanger. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll flip this out to Evans. And he is going to have a Saints first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Straight ahead, it's Evans. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has. Percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are able to widen their advantage. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up the secondary all game long. And this time, that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball, definitely coming from his head coach.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been
through an opening, and there he goes. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been played at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as it...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start with a good one in the NFC South. Carolina playing host to Atlanta, and it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Isaiah Hodgins, a touchdown reception. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they have the lead over the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to halftime. Josh Allen with a touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they've reached halftime, all tied. 17-all is the score. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. First play's a run with Nwangu. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, a second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Back to throw here. Now he's free at the 35 and down to the 29-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Evans running straight ahead. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he is absolutely... secondary, a clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now Moody for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go. And they'll take over at the 25. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
64 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught them off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing is Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They're plain and simple. That's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team. anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running left is Walker. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And it's caught! And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Hayner sets to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Walker looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they...
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ken Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Touchdown, LA! Dalvin Cook, 34 yards. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Hayner looking to throw. Into the hands of Perry, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. The middle they run. It's Walker. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Hayner. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Got him in. It's Brown. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And this one is right down the middle. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Watkins here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Los Angeles.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. Painter. Man open left side is Brown. They call it no gain there on the first down play.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
From the gun, here's Hayner. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquise Brown from 3 yards out. And the Saints are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets... Shy of the 40, they'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2nd and a couple. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
Jackson will throw again. Again, that's Watkins. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Blankenship out for the point after. And the lead is down to 24. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, did the Rams get it? Yes! L.A. football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Now Jackson on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. That one looks like he'll throw here. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. Jackson now. Higbee secures it over the middle. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So not quite a first. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. A higher-scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for New Orleans, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Rams, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.